This is Eagle Owl, and today I'll be talking about Jalen Hurts will master. Yes, he will master Kellen Moore's playbook. Also, we got to talk about Julian O. Yes, remember him from Detroit? He's making noise. And lastly, no more DBs, but let's get straight into it. All right, man. Look like you boy Eagle Owl was ahead of the curve about this Hassan Reddit thing. I talked about it yesterday. As you guys know, I shot that video the same day I shot the previous video because of my travel to the Windy City of Chicago. So as you guys see this video, obviously I'm here safely in Chicago. So far, trying to get used to it. I'm a little homesick. I miss my New Jersey and my Philadelphia people. Now I'm in the Midwest, but you guys down here to talk about my personal life and what's going on with my business ventures. But let's get into the news. Let's talk about Julian O. Yes, Julian O from Detroit. Remember him? We signed him. He's probably like our first signee, edge rusher. You know, his brother is in Detroit doing big things, but he just could never get his footing right. I think he was drafted like 3rd round or something like that, if I remember off the top of my head. And again, he just could never get his footing right. But so far, he's looking really good during training camp. According to Andrew D, you know, I don't like to mess up people's names. He's one of those guys that look comfortable dropping into coverage coming off the edge. You know, some edge rushers just don't look right. It's going to be interesting how we use Josh Sweat. Not trying to get off topic, but Julian O is one of those guys like, okay, he can drop back in coverage. He could rush the quarterback, and according to Andrew D, he's been really good during special teams. So even if he don't get as much playing time rotating, he's going to be a key piece to the special team. So one of those standouts, man. You know, I talked about Tyler Hall, Andre Sam. It's guys that are really standing out. Of course, John Ross is everywhere because at one point John Ross was a 1st round pick. But there's guys outside of the superstars, of course, that are standing out. And Julian O is one of those guys to watch. Because again, Fangio like those guys that can drop in coverage and get the quarterback. And Julian O is no guy to sleep on. He's athletically there. Injuries, playing time, stuff like that just didn't work out in Detroit. But pairing with Fangio, maybe it can work out for him. So I like to hear those stories about the underdog. Y'all know me. I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. But Julian O, best of luck to you, man. Because edge rusher, I look at that position. He probably could sneak in and get, if not definitely the practice squad for sure. But when you look at edge rusher, he probably could sneak in and get in. All right. Well, let's talk about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. Look, a lot of people was blowing this thing out of proportion about, oh, the 95%, this and that. But I'm like, did you guys listen to what he said after that? To me, I took what he said after that as a master plan. But let me play this clip.
This offense, where are you in that process now? Are you starting to get more vocal in what you need as well?
Yeah, I think, you know, this whole entire off season, it's been about learning and taking in a new knowledge, new perspective, in the minds that we have in the room. And I think throughout the whole entire thing, that's kind of been the emphasis. You know, you get to a point where you kind of feel, hey, I'm gonna feel comfortable with this. I'm gonna like this, but that time comes where you can rep it later on. But you know, right now it's been a lot of new inventory in. Majority of it, you know, probably 95% of it being new. And so it's just been that process, and it's been a fun process because you get to see what works for other people. And the number of coaches that I've had since I've been here, I've been able to take in a lot of new knowledge and new understanding. And so I think the goal coming in was to, you know, learn Kellen's offense and master it. And I think that's been a process. And I think by the end of it, I want it to be mine and have it in my own way. I think that's kind of a credit to, again, the lack of continuity with that, and it being a thing where I've kind of had to take all these new things and new voices and still go out there and be successful and efficient. And so I think that's exactly what's going to happen again.
Look, he's like, look, yes, it's 95%, but I'm going to master it, make it mine, and I'm going to own it. So what it looked like what Jalen Hurts want to do, if Kellen Moore happened to leave, he really want to lock in on his playbook just in case we get a new offensive coordinator and go by what he like. Because Jalen Hurts, I heard somebody say this. I think it was like Dan Sileo, and he had a guest on, and they were saying like, look at the Joe Burrows and Lamar Jacksons and the Patrick Mahomes, right? All them got in common is that they offensive play caller been there since day one. Jalen Hurts found the offensive play caller he wants, goes to the Super Bowl, and that offensive play caller leaves. Whereas though, definitely Patrick Mahomes, he got the benefit of Andy Reid being his head coach. So no matter what offensive coordinator leave, the offense remained intact, and Jalen Hurts needs something like that. Nick Sirianni can't be that guy. They legit gave him a shot to do that last year, and he couldn't do it. He simply couldn't do it. So Jalen Hurts do need some consistency. Yeah, man, master the playbook. Because again, if another guy come in, like, yo, this is what I want to run, and they got to deal with it. Jalen Hurts is the high paid man, and you get that type of money to win it all. And Jalen Hurts knows that. He knows that. He don't want to regress. This is the first time in Jalen Hurts' probably football career he looked, quote unquote, regress, they will say. Like his stats from the last year look worse than the last year look worse than the last year, I should say. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right. 2023 stats look worse than 2022 stats. Not that far off to me, but it looked worse. But if we look from college or even high school to 2022, he always progressed. This is the first time it looked like stall or possible regress. So Jalen Hurts want to play at a high level. He wants to play at a high level. And I do explain like the training camp, interceptions. He's probably just trying to figure it out. But once he figure it out and master it, he's going to make it his. So shout out to Jalen Hurts, right? Right, so let's get into the last topic. No more DBs, man. No more DBs. Now, Chris Harris Jr., he had this to say about coming out of retirement.
Which NFL team or which NFL coach would have the easiest time calling you and saying, Chris, I need you to suit up, come here, play safety for me this season? Who's getting the yes?
Oh, man. Definitely I could go play with the Eagles. They already have a veteran secondary. I know Fangio's system. I can learn it really fast, and if he's added anything new, and then, having veteran corners. So I definitely think I could go up there and fit with those guys. Also, if they need some nickel work, go in there and play some nickel work. But I think that would be a good fit.
No, 3-4 years ago, I would have loved this, but now, no. I think we overkilled. To me, we signed an unnecessary DB. Maybe Vic Fangio seen something in them, but we got 15 DBs. And I know what Chris Harris is saying. Like, yo, I know Fangio defense. So I could come in there and just do my thing. And the Eagles are projected to be a winning team. But I don't think Chris Harris has been looking deep into the Eagles roster. I don't think that at all. So we are deep. Chris Harris won't make the team. Just stay retired, man. Stay retired. We don't need no more DBs, bro. We don't. I can't believe I'm saying that, because to me it's never enough depth. But man, DBs is closed for shop. It's closed. It's over. We're good. We're good, man. All right, so again, bear with me with this background. I did bring some stuff from my house. Like I got this one little light. Of course, I brought my camera, my microphone, but I don't got the stand. But bear with me, man. We got to deal with it like this for 2 weeks, and then you guys will get the green screen, and I'll make it look a tad bit better. Or if y'all like this one better, nothing in the background. I think my camera look actually better without the green screen, but that's just me, man. Just deal with me. This is a pretty short one. I'm actually really tired. Like, I'm legit tired. You know, you guys always say I'm tired, but I am legit tired. But this is Eagle Al, man. I'm a